Now it's my pleasure to introduce today's guest speaker. Inspired to become an educator by her kindergarten teacher, today's speaker is a nationally board certified teacher and has been teaching in Montgomery Public Schools for 19 years. Her zeal for student achievement and arts education inspired her to return to the arts education program that encouraged her joy for learning. She earned her bachelor's degree in science and secondary education language arts and her master's of science in secondary education language arts here at Auburn University at Montgomery. In 2017, she returned to AUM to earn certification in instructional leadership so that she could continue to mentor new teachers as well as create effective learning environments in her school. She was named 2013 National Math and Science Initiative AP English Teacher of the Year, and I'm proud to say, as an alum, she was named this year as the Alabama Teacher of the Year for the entire state of Alabama. Please give a warm Warhawk welcome to an AUM alum and Alabama Teacher of the Year, Ms. Zestlan Simmons. Ms. Simmons.
Thank you, Chancellor Stockton, for that beautiful introduction. Good morning, Warhawks. How are you? I need to hear something from you. Good morning, Warhawks. How are you? Good. To Chancellor Stockton, Dr. Varna, and the illustrious faculty of Auburn University at Montgomery, I would like to take this time to thank you for this invitation and privilege. I'm so grateful for my education I've received here and the legacy I get to be a part of at Auburn University at Montgomery. To the organizers of this convocation, you've determined that this ceremony not just be an enriching experience for your students, but one of inspiration and empowerment. Thank you for your vision. As Alabama's Teacher of the Year, I've been so inspired by educators and students that I've already met. However, what has astounded me more than anything in these past days, after a fire devastated our school, is the resilience and strength of my community here in Montgomery, in particular of my students at Booker T. Washington Magnet High School. The support of the community and the outpouring of love and generosity has humbled me and motivated our learning community at BTW to persevere and rise up during this challenge or any obstacle that tries to prevent us from fulfilling our motto of excellence in all things. When I was first asked to do this speech by Dr. Austin, I was very afraid. And I still am, as you hear me trembling up here now. But much like you are now, as you go into this new stage of your journey in your life, many years ago, I sat in the same position as many of you. I was the first person in my generation and my family to be in college. And so today, as I look at you, I've endeavored to ensure that you dream and live in color as a college student, that you lead fearlessly and honorably in your field of study, and that you serve those around you with your gifts and talents so that the world may be a better place. When I was about 10 years old, my mom and I were shopping at the local Kmart, way before Walmart. After she greeted her friend greeted her, she turned to me and remarked, as most adults do a little child. She asked me, "What are you going to do when you grow up?" I was so excited for this question because I knew the answer to this. Ever since I was in kindergarten, I knew. When I learned how to read, I would read to my stuffed animals, just like teachers would read, showing the pictures and everything. Much to my mom's dislike, I would grade my little golden books with red crayon. The little engine that could, he would get an A all the time. But the pokey little puppy, well, he was gonna need some tutoring. And when I got a little sister, I would read her all the Sweet Pickles books and all the Berenstain Bears books. And every book my mom purchased, I would read and turn into a car lecture when she would pick me up from my grandmother's after school. I was sure of my path, so I announced proudly to this lady, "I'm going to be a teacher," to which she immediately grimaced at me as if I'd offended her. "Oh, baby, you don't want to be a teacher. You're still young. There's so many other options for you." And just like that, the light dimmed on my dream. I thought, who figures out what they want to do so young anyway? So for the next 10 years, I explored other options. During most of my teens, I was tossed back and forth between what people expected of me and what my peers declared they were going to be. First, I was going to be an entrepreneur. Then, I was going to be a computer operator, just like my mom. Then I switched to being a pediatrician because I did love working with children. Then a diplomat. And finally, I settled on being a freelance writer. And I wanted to work for my favorite magazine, Essence. Until one day, during my junior year here at Auburn University at Montgomery, I took an elevator ride that would change the trajectory of my life. Here at AUM, if you've not noticed, the Education Department and the Liberal Arts Department are in the same building. The Liberal Arts Department is where I was declared an English major, and it was on the left side of the building. And the Education Department was on the right side of the building. Every semester when it was time to register for my classes, I would go to the English department to be advised about which classes I should take. After 2 years of getting off the elevator and taking a left to register, in my junior year, I stepped off and I turned right, and I went into the Education Department to change my major to Secondary Education, Language Arts. See, in those first 2 years being here at Auburn University at Montgomery, something happened to me. I met the most encouraging and engaging professors, one of which saw, as I was working in a peer group, that I was pretty good at helping struggling writers. So he recommended me to a job as an English tutor at the Learning Center. And it was at the Learning Center that I reignited my joy and my dream for teaching. I love seeing the light of understanding come on in a person's face who did not think they could write or understand a piece of poetry start to change into a confidence and a creativity in their newfound abilities. And so, in 3 more years of college, 14 years after being told I should reconsider my options, I became a teacher. I graduated with a bachelor's and later returned, receiving 2 more masters. And because I believe in AUM's motto, which is excellence is the standard, I made it a goal to become a part of the top 3% of educators in this nation, and I pursued and acquired my national board certification. And now I stand before you as Alabama's Teacher of the Year. In those years when I was considering my options here at AUM, I learned that a person without vision will perish with distractions of endless and irrelevant drama. The person who has a vision focuses on every moment, like this one. Those small moments add up to a magnificent future. A person who dreams and has focus, even if the path is not straight, as mine wasn't, and it's full of a lot of obstacles. As a student here of this great university, I've come to believe dreams keep you moving even when adversity comes against you. Because believe me, there will be days when you feel like you don't belong, and you will be shaken to your very core. But that's when your dreams should rise up in you, and you should be able to meet every challenge in every class, every project, every paper with the statement, I cannot, I will not quit. Your sphere of influence needs you to lead, to use those gifts that you have that brought you here. You need to develop them so they can be used as light in this darkness. As students here at AUM, choose to lead your life like it's a masterpiece because there are people who are inspired by you. I was led here because of my school teachers, my professors, my mentors, and even my colleagues who allowed me to see them in their passion and your professors are quite passionate about their topics, so that I may be like them in my own passion. We can never be in the sunken place of apathy and mindless distraction. If we see the problem, then we must be vigilant in being the answer. That's what we need out of each one of you. And so in closing, I give you the advice I give my students. While you're here at AUM, you must find your place of inspiration where you are fierce and creative in your gifts and talents. And in addition to this, you need to bring others with you as you discover that light that makes you shine. As creative innovators, we need you to build communities that can make our world strong and vibrant. So thank you, freshmen, for being here today. My hope is today that you will join me in being a catalyst for others to begin to dream with hope and inspiration, to lead with vision and integrity, and to serve with generosity and compassion. Thank you.